So you're not happy in Korea, so why are you staying here? Home used to be a geographical place, but then at some point I started seeing home in people. I'm gonna admit, extremely terrified of returning to Korea because a big part of my routine, my ex-partner, is gone. Am I corny? I'm corny. I'm Miffy. My baby. Okay. Hi everyone, it's Lisbeth and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to let you guys know that I am back in Belgium for a little while I'm renewing my visa, and I made a small video of how life is going here. Also, this is Miffy. She's sitting on my lap, in case you're wondering what like weird. I should put her here. Yeah. Let me restart this video. I think a lot of people want to move abroad, but because there's so much romanticizing online, you don't really think about a lot of aspects that aren't as fun, I guess. Because from like an outsider's point of view, if you've never lived abroad, it looks so much fun, and I agree, I am having so much fun in Korea. However, there's a few things that I didn't think I would be confronted with that I am being confronted with, especially now that I'm back in my home country. And every time I come back home, something horrible happens in my personal life right before or while I'm here. So I'm also always left with depression. I think coming back home is supposed to be healing, but I don't really feel like that anymore. Every time I come home, I just feel like more of a stranger to my own country. I feel less like I belong here, even though it is my home country. Love talking you dance, this is getting very depressing. I'm kidding, you don't have to. Anyways, I think one of the things that I've grown tired of living abroad is having to explain myself. In Belgium, I have to explain why Korea changed me. In Korea, I have to explain why I'm foreign, why I react differently emotionally because I was thought different growing up. This constant explaining creates a certain kind of loneliness. I often feel like an outsider in my own country. Obviously, I'm also an outsider in Korea. So where do I belong? I think that's like the big question that I've been asking myself recently. Where do I belong? Because Korea feels more like a home than Belgium does. That's such a hard thing to accept for me, because when you're going through something like I am right now, where is home? And while Belgium equals comfort, I spend my formative years in Korea, so obviously it's gonna have like a really big effect on me. Now that I'm back in Belgium, I also realize that I didn't really miss Belgium, I rather missed versions of myself. And I have the same now with missing Korea. I don't miss Korea like as a country, I miss who I was in that place. I feel like I can be more myself in Korea, and this outs itself in different ways. For example, is this the right way to say it? I don't know. For example, in Korea, everyone is not afraid to show that they like cutesy things, that they like Miffy or Kuromi or Hello Kitty. While in Belgium, I feel like it's still looked at as childish when full-blown adults will do it in Korea and nobody will bat an eye. It's a stupid example, but it's like the first thing that I could think of. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, but whatever I was saying probably was good. Sometimes I hear, so you're not happy in Korea because visa issues and this and that, so why are you staying here? Because I built a life there. I've been building friendships. I've had romantic relationships. It's all part of a big journey that shaped me into who I am now. You know what I mean? I'm very grateful for my best friend here in Belgium. Her name's Ilona. She's amazing.
My ice cold drink almost came out of my nose.
it so happens to be that I'm in the country while she's unemployed. And I'm so sorry, Ilona, I hope you find a job. We're all praying for you. Praying noises? I don't know. What are praying noises? Anyways, we're praying for a job for Ilona. I'm very grateful that I have Ilona, because otherwise I would be laying in my bed 24/7 doing absolutely nothing, and since I already don't feel the greatest, I'm really glad I got her. Home used to be a geographical place. I used to live in Belgium, so Belgium was home, and then I lived in Korea, so Korea was home. But then at some point I started to feel so disconnected from both countries that I started seeing home in people, in friends, in partners. Like, I just came out of a relationship. I saw this person as my home because I don't have family abroad, and this was my rock, this was my person. And I don't think he ever understood that I don't feel at home in my home. I feel home with people. So when you lose that, you kind of like spiral into this whole thing of, who am I? Because where is home? What is home? And who am I without this? Does that make sense? I think living abroad also has kind of opened my eyes with this idea that starting over is not bad. I'm gonna admit, extremely terrified of returning to Korea because a big part of my routine, my ex-partner, is gone. So I'm kind of rebuilding from scratch. Me and my friend, we were talking about it as well. I really want to start a new hobby, and I'm so excited to discover like this new chapter that I've opened and that I'm going into. And while obviously, guys, I am so sad lately, I am excited to start a new chapter. I've also learned that home doesn't necessarily have to be a place. And I'm also not talking about that home has to be other people. You can build an inner home. You can start loving and putting more effort into yourself, and then that becomes your home. That's what I want to bring into 2026. I want to be my own home. The only person that for sure will always be by my side is me. I am my own safe place. Am I corny? I'm corny. But I am my biggest fan. I am extremely proud of where I am, and I don't recognize that often enough. Like, I moved to a foreign country, I graduated, I got a job, I've been working. So you should also give yourself some credit, because I know you're going through some you guys. I don't know if you're going through, but if you are, I'm proud of you. And be proud of yourself for all the progress that you've made. So while I thought that coming back to Belgium would kind of bring me peace in everything that I'm going through, it hasn't really. It's just brought on a lot of self-reflection. I am sure that I'm going back to Korea, and I'm sure that Korea is the place where I will reside for at least a couple more years. But maybe there's a third chapter waiting for me somewhere else. I don't think it will be Belgium, but I mean, I feel like I always say this. I feel like every year I have this moment where I'm like, I'm done with Korea, I'm done with Belgium, I need to move to somewhere else, I need to be done with this. But I have also put so much effort into getting a life in Korea that I won't just abandon it. Thank you for watching, and I am also so grateful for how fast the channel is growing. I just need to put that out there. At the start of this year, I had barely 2,000 subscribers, and we're about to hit 10k, and probably by the time that this video is gonna be out, it's gonna be 10k, which is insane, and I am so grateful for all of you guys. We'll see how 2026 treats me, and I can't wait to be back in Korea. I can't wait to show you my life there again. But in the meantime, I hope you're enjoying this video. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. Bye!